The National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum is located just up the road from us in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They produce high-quality, customized bobbleheads for retail sales, organizations, individuals, teams. They're available to you online and on all the social media sites. And I was just talking to Rachel about her bobblehead collection. And I said, why don't you try to get a hold of Phil Sklar, co-founder and CEO of the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame. We've had him on. And lo and behold, here he is. Hi, Phil. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Phil.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going very well. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How are you?
How's the weather in Milwaukee?
It is a little hot.
Are you anywhere along the lake, so that helps?
We are, so we do get that cooling effect from the lake. But, yeah, it's one of the hotter days of the summer, but definitely would rather have this than 6 or 12 inches of snow.
Are you familiar with Sobel's Tavern in Milwaukee?
Sobelman's?
Yeah, that's Sobelman's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Best burgers in Milwaukee, in my opinion.
Yes, it is definitely up there, top in a lot of people's opinion, with the butter burgers, with the butter that just drips off the plate.
Is there another place called Cops or Copes?
Cops is the best custard, in my opinion,
Okay.
when it comes to custard.
Yeah, those are the two places. Anyway, back to bobbleheads. No doubt, Rachel told you on the phone here before the segment that she has 100 bobbleheads. Are these growing in popularity?
Yeah, so bobbleheads have actually been around since the late 1700s, but late 1999 was really when they came back into popularity, when they did the first stadium giveaways.
There's a barbershop up in Lake Forest that has about 50 or 60 bobbleheads. I think most of them are Blackhawk players, but when people are into bobbleheads, they just say it's almost an addiction, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They sort of accumulate and continue to grow, and then once people find out you like them, they'll give you extra ones. You know, if they go to the Cubs game and get 3 bobbleheads for their family and don't want all 3 of them, they'll give them to somebody they know who likes bobbleheads, and the collection can quickly multiply.
Do you buy bobbleheads from collectors who maybe in a estate sale, things like that, that are you, in your opinion, are coveted?
We do from time to time purchase bobbleheads, but now a lot of times people will send them in, teams send them in, even drop them off at the museum on a pretty much daily basis. We're getting some new bobbleheads.
I remember, Phil, last time we talked, you say every morning I go out and they're sitting at the door of the museum. It's just a box of bobbleheads.
Yes, that still does happen. And
have you found any that were really valuable that were dropped off? I'm assuming in Milwaukee there's tons of people that have Bob Uecker bobbleheads, right?
We do. We get a lot of Brewers, even Chicago teams and Wisconsin teams. But, yeah, we have visitors, from across the country that will often bring a bobblehead with them to bring to the museum when they're visiting or send them in. But, yeah, we get some really unique bobbleheads. Sometimes it's rare. Other times it might be more common. But, yeah, we got a lot of Supreme Court Justice bobbleheads donated to us from, the rare first edition that just came in a box one day. And we were pretty surprised when we opened it up and found, some of them that sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Former Governor Scott Walker bobblehead in the museum?
That's a good question, but no, I don't think he has a bobblehead. He just, could have at one point had one, but we weren't making as many bobbleheads at the time, and nobody made one of him at the time.
How about President Biden, former President Trump? Are they in the museum?
They're in the museum and represented with quite a few different bobbleheads, both flattering and in some cases not so flattering.
Okay. Do you rip figures from the news and decide to manufacture a bobblehead, or maybe just one to put in a museum? And if so, who's your most recent addition?
Yeah, so we're always watching the news to see, what might be the next big thing and what people might want. So, anything from Dr. Fauci during the pandemic to Bernie Sanders with his mittens to presidents. And the most recent one in that category would be Special Counsel Jack Smith.
Do his eyes light up?
That is a good one. Yeah, we haven't heard that before, but we could definitely make a version that has either, eyes light up or looking like the eyes are lit up.
He seems, I'm assuming that the representation that you've manufactured of Special Counsel Jack Smith, who's going after Trump, very stern-looking bobblehead, not at all whimsical.
That is correct. Yes, he does have a stern look. There's not a smile, and I don't know if I've seen a picture of him smiling. But
I have not. I was looking for one. There is not on the interweb a picture of Jack Smith smiling. He's always has a scowl on his face.
So if he does smile, it was sort of like when he went to Subway. It made viral news. If he smiles, it might make viral news, and we can do a smiling version of the bobblehead.
Do you get people complaining about, depending on their politics, who you represent in the museum? Like, I hate Trump, take him out. I hate Biden, take him out.
So we have gotten a little of that, but not really. We can basically point to both ways. So we say, well, there's a bobblehead of Trump in jail suit. Right behind it is Hillary in the jail suit. So, we might not have made both of them, but they're both there and they've both been made. We have, some Republican governors and some Democratic governors. So there's a little bit of everything. Sometimes if we do one, they'll ask for, we'll get people requesting the other side. And, we had a lot of people request George Santos, so we made a George Santos bobblehead. One has a regular nose, one has a longer nose, a la Pinocchio.
That's great. How many bobbleheads in the museum?
It's 10,000 and growing. So every day, we keep doing some rotations, adding new ones in, and having a lot of fun with them.
Did you ever expect to be in the bobblehead business?
I did not. No, I grew up in Rockford, Illinois, and collected sports cards growing up, and transitioned to bobbleheads in about 2003, and always had sort of an entrepreneurial itch. Would do garage sales and sell Beanie Babies when the Beanie Baby craze was going on, and turned into bobbleheads and ran with it after doing corporate finance and public accounting for about 9 years.
That's how we got on the subject, talking about this Beanie Babies movie that's coming out. So bobbleheadhall.com, right? Bobbleheadhall.com?
Yep, that has all the information, including our online store, visiting the museum, checking out the history of bobbleheads, and anything you'd want to find out bobblehead related.
I don't know if you're familiar with this name, but I have a bobblehead of the late, great Chicago DJ, Hall of Famer Dick Biondi.
Okay, yep.
Is that special?
I don't know off the top of my head the value of that one, but a lot of we recommend people just go into eBay and sort of typing it in, and sometimes you'd be surprised to see what the last one sold for or what one might be listed for.
Well, it is not for sale. It is, Phil, it's not for sale. It's
but
just
for people out there who might have one for sale, that's the best advice. Or if you're looking for value for insurance purposes.
That's it. I'll insure it. Phil, thanks so much. Thanks for popping on. It's very short notice. Have a great weekend.